Hello there you, and welcome to a Space Marine strike force that has been tasked with holding this valley here against a swarm of hundreds of thousands of Tyrannids. As always, if you do enjoy this content, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. Now, let's get on with the slaughter. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Blood Ravens are in defense today, holding us valley against the gigantic Tyranid swarm that is about to descend here. And look at this already. We can see the bolt of fire and the assault fire from the Dreadnoughts is raking across the Tyranid lines, infecting already thousands and thousands of losses. But the Tyranids, completely undeterred by this volley fire that's coming at them, are chasing their way right across the field straight towards our Space Marine defense. Now, they're really going to have the work cut out for them today. We've got about 126 Space Marines here in total, about 50 Assault Marines, a couple of Dreadnoughts, and a lot of bolters. Oh my god, look at that. The lovely, deadly fire there from the Assault Dreadnoughts just desecrated the Tyranid lines. That is a lot of firepower that just sweeps amongst them there. Look at that. Oh, hundreds of Tyranids taken down. Oh my god, that is some concentrated firepower. Already, before the Tyranids have even got towards the front lines, these 100 Space Marines here have almost killed 6,000 Tyranids. I mean, realistically, they can't even see what they're shooting at because of all the trees. Here we go. The swarm is coming in, though. Assault Marines now and Dreadnoughts with melee capabilities making their way to the front line to meet the countercharge. Oh my god, look at all these Tyranids. There's thousands of them. Quite literally, 300,000 almost there was. So that I put down. Not all of them have spawned in. We've got about 260,000 in total for these 100 Space Marines to take on. And look at this brutal jungle fight that is now ensuing as warriors here try to make their way to the front line. I love these brood warriors. Deadly creatures. As a human, absolutely terrifying to face. As a Dreadnought, a piece of cake. But look at the sheer scale here of the Tyranids that are coming in. Even with all this concentrated firepower. Look at that, just devastating hundreds of thousands of Tyranids in each blow. And instantly, the gaps are filled in. Sheer swarm size here is prevailing at the moment. Though the Space Marines have not lost a single unit, but they have inflicted 24,000 casualties here on the Tyranid army, who are trying to envelop them, trying to outflank them. If we go here to a bit more of an outer head zoom, you can see what's going on. So you can see they're all fighting over this little valley. The Tyranids are trying to push troops around the outer sides at the moment, but have been largely unsuccessful in their attempt. Mainly due to the fact that the Space Marines are storming forward now out of the forest. This means that so many Tyranids are dying on the front line that they can't reasonably actually push any towards the flanks at the moment. Look at that firepower though. 2 Dreadnoughts are causing so much devastation here amongst the Tyranid horde, who are actually, slowly but surely, they're trying to get around these sides. But again, they've been met by Space Marines on all fronts here. The Assault Marines doing their job, blocking all these gaps. If we go over to the side, it looks like we've got a few warriors trying to make their way around. They're actually, oh, this actually might be a good attack vector here. Oh no, we have still got a single solitary Space Marine holding the line, surrounded by a pile of corpses. Meanwhile, these brethren in the background providing that support fire. There we go. That Assault Dread, man. Firing over its brethren right into a brood warrior there. And this front line is just a massacre at the moment. Thousands of Tyranids are dying every second. The Space Marines are still advancing. They've managed to really basically just stop this entire Tyranid swarm in its advanced tracks here. They're not going to be outflanking anyone today. Not if the Space Marines manage to hold this line. Come on, Brood Warriors. We need more Brood Warriors on the front line. These guys need to get up there and start piercing these Dreadnoughts' thicker armor. The poor Hormagorns trying their best to clamber over the Space Marines. But them chainsaws are ready and waiting for them. Look. Just killing hundreds, man. And these Dreadnoughts, the melee, look at that. Oh, the melee slam. I love it when they just get the fist and slam it into the ground, killing hundreds and hundreds of units. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. But it does look like the Tyranids are actually managing, through sheer weight of numbers, to push some units through the flank here. Then we've got a lot of bodies just sliding down the side of the mountain here. This is a brutal jungle fight. But our Space Marines have still not taken a single loss, inflicting 80,000 losses now on this Tyranid swarm. There is 184,000 of them remaining though. There's still plenty here for the Space Marines to try and chew the way through. You can see that the Tyranids really are trying to push just any attack angle that they can here. Doesn't matter if it's the smallest, narrowest path, they will try to get their units from it. Now, one thing on the front line over here that we're really going to have to be careful of with the Space Marines is stretching themselves too thin. You see, they're going to keep pushing forward like this, and eventually the line is going to be so spreadly thin out, it's going to become one-man stands here. God, look at all these guys. I love watching the flow of units on the front line as they all make their way in. I just think it looks really cool. Look at that in the distance, though. We've still got a lot of Tyranids to get through here, and it really feels like the Space Marine line has been pushed to its maximum. It's really starting to thin out in areas. We still haven't lost, though, a single Space Marine. That is really good, but one thing it does look like that's actually happening now is we're actually getting out of the range of the fire support here as well on that front line. So all this fire support now starting to concentrate on the flanks over here instead, which is probably good for these few individuals standing on the side of a cliff face taking on a Tyranid swarm, but it's not too good for our front line now, who are taking on the bulk of the horde down there. Look, they have turned a lot of this horde into paste on the floor at the moment. Look at all these bodies of Tyranids. Oh, there are so many. That is one spiky floor. But look, this is what we're on about. Individual units now can start getting surrounded a little bit, having pushed too far forward. Luckily, though, like I said, they have got the Dreadnoughts still lending that fire support. We're getting more and more Tyranids, though, slowly pushing around the outer flank here. That Dreadnought fire, though, taking out hundreds of them. They're so deadly, them assault Dreadnoughts are. Could you actually imagine one of them in real life on a battlefield? The equivalent of an automatic tank, just strapped to the side of a mech. Oh my god, that is so much firepower here. Again, Space Marines, not a single loss. 150,000 kills now under their belt. And their belt is still full of utility grenades and crack grenades. Oh, look at these Dreadnoughts, man. Such a majestic sight. The poor guy inside has probably had his arms and legs blown off and half of his brain is missing. But you know what? He still serves the Emperor. I always thought that was really messed up. It's a really messed up part of the Warhammer universe there. It's like, oh yeah, you've been mortally wounded in combat. We're just going to strap you into this big metal sarcophagus, wire you into it, and you know what? We're not even going to numb your pain. You're still going to feel all the pain of your combat injuries. Now go kill the enemies of the Emperor and use that pain and channel it to annihilate more enemies throughout sheer anger. Oh my gosh. Well, that's how Chaos Dreadnoughts are made, ladies and gentlemen. They get lost to the bloodlust, fed up of the pain that they are suffering inside of these sarcophaguses, and eventually get corrupted by chaos because of it. So, the life of a Dreadnought, it's not that good. I mean, it's pretty much, quite literally, a death sentence. You're not getting out of that one. And like I said, it's there's a surprising conversion rate of Dreadnoughts that actually end up fighting for chaos. But our front line is still holding out real nice at the moment. Look at that firepower, still decimating that Tyranid horde. Even with all the flanking maneuvers that come on here, they just haven't been able to get anything going. Now, they've only got 65,000 units remaining because the rest of them have been turned into a fine paste on the forest floor at the moment. We have got this rather lovely little blood lake going. Not quite deep enough for little Timmy's rubber dinghy. We can get the rubber ducky. However, this one is looking slightly more promising. Ladies and gentlemen, little Timmy, get out your rubber dinghy. Fun for the entire family. It's a very spiky lake, but it is our very own blood lake. Now let's go back over here towards the Tyranids, who are still trying to push forward, and poor old Space Marines have not taken a single loss. I don't know what that makes them poor, but you know what? Oh, there we go! The first Space Marine loss! Oh no, 2! It's 3! Rapid succession! Oh my gosh! Where are they? Where are they? Let's see, can we find where they've actually been lost? I've got a feeling they might be over here, actually. Because look at this, the Tyranids are starting to push around this side. Can we see anyone? It's really hard to see anyone under this sheer crazy bolt of fire that's just coming in. Oh yeah, I do think it's been in this area here. But yeah, that was really weird how we just suddenly lost 3 all together at the same time. Oh no, I see where it is. Because look at this, we've lost Dreadnoughts. It wasn't Space Marines that we lost. We actually lost some Dreadnoughts. That's a bit crazy and a bit scary. Are we now too, separated from the rest of the Space Marines here? Are the Tyranids going to be able to pick us off one by one? I don't know. They've got 24,000 remaining here. We're now at 3 losses for the Space Marines, and the units are still filtering in. Still quite a few Tyranids, actually. Can we get any more out of these Space Marines? But to be fair, this is only a scouting army that they're really dealing with here. The Tyranids not really putting much into it. You know, a couple of 100,000 units. That's nothing for a Tyranid swarm. But we have lost even another Space Marine. That's 4. That's, you know what, we're going to have to get that gene seed back. Because it's too valuable to lose against a scouting party of Tyranids like this. Go on, guys, that's it. Keep the pace up. I love all this bolter fire that just comes in and lights up the area every now and then. Just woof like that, washing through the air. And when it lands, it just explodes in these crazy shrapnel things, just taking out 3 to 4 Horrible guns easily with each one. Look at the detonations down here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it does look like we're coming down here to our last 10,000 Tyranids. And let's face it, if the 256,000 Tyranids before them didn't do it, these guys are going to stand even less chance. However, what they might be able to do is inflict another loss here on the Space Marines. I wonder if they will actually be able to do it. It's kind of hard for them because these guys are just absolute beasts of melee combat. And they can take one hell of a beating as well, these guys. They're so strong. That's a Space Marine for you. An 8-foot genetic freak designed to kill everything and anything that stands in front of the Emperor. Oh, that was excellent timing there on that massive fire of assault dread rounds that just came streaming in. So it looks like then that we're down to our final trickle here of Tyranids. We've only got a few left over that side. Does look like this entire flank over this side has been cleaned up. We did get some lovely little body piles over this side. Look at this. We made a lovely little sledge here of Tyranid corpses. Where are the rest of them? It looks like we're trying to fight our way up to them. A bunch of them are stuck in the hills by the looks of it. A bit of bad placement on my half. Here we go. This is where they all are stuck at the moment. So I do think then that we can be ending this one here. Does look like the Imperials really handedly basically saved the day. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who help to keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not click the join button below. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the Chaotic Pinky store. We got some amazingly cool merch on there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.